proposed plastic bag ban, and Jennifer Metzbach is here to talk to the board. There's a proposal in your packet from the SAD to, well, you can say it better, Lincoln.
Are you, everyone's here?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Governor Cuomo has a plastic bag ban in his budget proposal. It is not a ban fee hybrid, and it looks like he is not willing to do that, which is what we ideally would like. But given that he won't do that, we are proposing a couple of changes to his bill, and that's we're asking the town board to sign off on or Rob or someone to sign off on a letter that we send to Governor Cuomo with two changes, specific changes that we think should be in his proposal. And that's what's in this letter. One of them is, right now, he has a ban on plastic bags, and the language allows for 10 cents on, allows for municipalities to put a 10-cent fee on paper bags if they want. But it doesn't say anything about reusable bags, so it's kind of a loophole that stores could just do slightly thicker plastic bags, call it a reusable bag, and not have a fee on it, which is what happened in Chicago. So our first change that we're proposing, and I'm kind of actually shocked that it's written that way, but our first proposal is that there should be a close in that loophole. Just like Newcastle has a 10-cent fee on paper bags, but then it has a 25-cent fee on reusable bags, so that stores can't do a slightly thicker plastic bag and get away with just giving out plastic bags.
It's probably the plastic bag industry that's pushing it.
And the second is that there's a preemption clause in the language right now, which would basically override our law, and we'd like that to be modified so that we can still, we Newcastle as well as other municipalities can still have their laws that they have in place already.
We can be more restrictive.
We can be more restrictive, right?
I'll look at it. That's the governor's proposed legislation? Do you have a copy of that?
I have, well, everyone got the letter that we're proposing, and this is the language.
Are there any other local municipalities that are willing to join on and sign that letter, for example?
A letter was sent to Governor Cuomo from probably at least a dozen environmental groups.
Or other
And
municipalities?
then the person that I've been dealing with sent out a letter to all of whoever's on her email chain, but like we are, Newcastle is, and other towns are asking municipalities to send in their own letters. So I would suspect that other municipalities are sending in letters. I haven't actually reached out to them.
Well, her email, which I assume came right after you got the email from that lady, was basically during a vacation week, and then a lot of town boards are probably discussing it now, I would imagine this week.
My only thought with the letter, and I agree with it 100%, we've kind of been living with it a little while, so we may understand what we're doing here more than others. I just wanna make sure the 25-cent fee on reusable bags is not meant to mean like actual reusable bags that we keep in our cars that are cloth bags or whatever they are. I just wanna make sure if they're giving out those type of bags that they're not requiring. They don't think that it's confusing, that there's a difference between a plastic bag, which is meant to get around this, and an actual reusable bag that we all keep in our cars.
So you think this language maybe should be
I just think it's
expanded a little
confusing when you
bit
say
to-
reusable,
Okay.
that it's a little hard to understand for
Yeah.
someone who's not kind of living it, what
What
the
we mean by
difference is,
that, okay, let
yeah.
me see if I can clear
Because
that
if
up
you-
a
But do
little
we
bit
make
better.
that, do we make that differentiation in our own legislation?
Our legislation says that stores must charge 10 cents for paper bags and a minimum of 25 cents for reusable bags.
So maybe we should look into whether
We
that
should
needs
look
to be
into ours
clarified
maybe
in our
too, I mean,
own local law.
I
Yeah.
think people here kind of understand what it's supposed to mean, but if New York's enacting on a broader scale, it definitely has to be fleshed out. Cause they're not, if you buy a reusable bag, like an actual reusable bag, they're not charging you an additional 25 cents for that.
Oh, they're charging you $1 for it,
They usually,
$2.
yeah.
Well, right, I mean on top of it.
Right, but when we started,
No.
we
What's that?
actually handed out for
Right, we were
free
handing
reusable
out
bags
bags.
to encourage it.
Right.
And people should be encouraged to do that.
Right,
I
but
mean,
that's
that would be-
technically against the,
That's
Well-
against the law, the way it's written right now,
Right,
it
right.
shouldn't.
Right.
No, you
they're saying it
can't,
has to be a minimum charge of
a
You mean
minimum charge of
plastic
20.
reusable bags is really what we mean.
No. Any reusable bag, a store must charge a minimum of 25 cents for any reusable bag. And our law allows for a several month period of time where they can be given out promotionally. But stores can't ever, if stores just kept giving out reusable bags for free, you've defeated the purpose
Right,
of
so you'd have
reusable bags.
two reusable bags instead
So, okay, so that's fine, so maybe say
Right, so that
put
reusable.
in a time where they can give out reusable bags for free, and then there has to be this 25% charge. Don't you think?
For example, Newcastle requires a minimum 25-cent fee on reusable bags on an ongoing basis. You know, you could say something like,
Right.
you know, promotional giveaways, you know,
For a short grace period, we're
are
allowed.
allowable under our
Yeah,
law or
because how long
something.
did we do
Right.
it for? We did it for quite a while.
For
We
like
did it during the
couple
holiday season.
Couple months,
So like just so something to go.
yeah.
well, Whole
We had a
Foods
Well,
contest, didn't we,
they were
to
given,
design
they
it?
were done,
like,
they
Yeah.
were done
That would be a
before the law went into effect.
I'm sorry, say again?
We gave out reusable bags before the law went into effect.
During like that
And
kind of
then-
transition period.
Right, up until January 1. And then the law allows for stores to give them out promotionally for a couple of months in a year.
Right.
But maybe
But-
we should,
With the exception of promotional giveaways, yeah.
You know, Jennifer
For a
also,
limited time, not promotional, because they can say, we always have a promotion.
I would
6
also
months,
suggest
whatever.
that, I mean,
Unlimited promotional giveaways.
you know, I was gonna thank you for, I get emails from different municipalities saying they want to copy our plastic bag, you know, our reusable bag initiative. And then I put them in touch with you, and then you send an email and you meet them, like right now you're meeting Northcastle, maybe you met them already. But it might be worthwhile to add something to the letter, how that we become a resource for other municipalities, and then even list the municipalities that have followed our lead, to give us a little credibility in the sense that not only is it working here, but other municipalities are copying us,
Right.
and therefore we should get, you know, a little, listen to what we're saying. We become the pseudo experts in this area,
Yeah.
which is true. Thanks to you. We have a Dropbox that you share documents with and everything, I mean, it's literally a turnkey type of operation.
Yeah, there's a couple towns that just basically took our stuff and
they just, yeah.
used it.
Right,
That's great.
so it's, you know,
great.
it's something that should be pointed out, so, you know, because we have some
That we're a
credibility here.
leader.
And other towns feel that they agree with it, and that, you know, that's, so it's, the whole state may agree with it as well.
Okay.
So I'll change it and send it back.
And then we'll sign
See
it,
what you think.
circulate it, and then we'll get it out as soon as possible.
Okay.
Well, that was easy.
And then we can also publicize it so that other towns realize we're doing it, and consistent with our, following our lead.
Okay, good.
Send it to the Examiner.
Martin's there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there he is. Oh, good. Alright, so just send it back.
Okay,
Good to go.
all right. Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.
Next is the authorization to use town property. The Historical Society would love to be able to do their jazz, their picnic again in the park, the Memorial Circle, right? So they are looking for the 14th, the 15th, right, Community Day. Yeah. Did they want to?
All over you for that.
Sorry, was there a rain date they wanted to have done?
You know, I don't remember what they said. I mean, I would guess it's
You know what, I think it might be, it's fine, we're gonna approve it for the 14th, and if they decide they want to rain date later on, they should just let us know. It's just, I just think it's a good idea, but I don't know if it's more trouble than it's worth. The next is NAMI, National Association of
A mental illness?
You wanna know where to put the ribbons?
Yeah, we just have to let them know, what I explained to them is that we're sort of under construction, we don't have that many
Right, exactly.
trees anymore.
Yeah, that's true. You're really skinny ones.
Very skinny ones.
Put them on construction barriers.
Yes, either construction barriers or on posts, they are happy to abide anyway, I may just ask them to do it in the train station, just in the circle there, yeah, maybe that would be the best way to do it. But they're fine, we've done it every year.
And they could also do a ribbon and we can put it on the electronic, like a electronic ribbon.
Yeah, but additional, that's good, okay. Next is the senior nutrition program, so we actually only got one bid back, and that's Hubbard's Covered, it's a very niche market, this is just for our Meals on Wheels, for our seniors. Okay.
Do you know how the cost compares to last year?
Hubbard's Covered, I'm not positive, this is just an interim anyway, we have to, right, is this interim or? I don't think they increased the price, I will find out what the differential is. Christina, would you be able to just?
It's not an unreasonable price, I was just curious.
Yeah.
You want me to pull the file?
Yeah, just curious. We should just ask, I can, in the future, it's actually very helpful to the board for them to know what the price was last year. Yeah, don't,
It's not, I mean, this is not, we don't have 3 people bidding for,
Yeah,
so it is
no.
what it is.
yeah. Yeah, the next is permission to attend a conference, 2019 Empire State Law Enforcement.
Yeah, it begs the question, I'm curious, after Chad left, who was our biggest ticket writer, how have we been doing in terms of enforcement and issuing tickets for,
We have a new officer who's evidently took that over
Yeah, but then he left.
and then left to go
so
back to Young.
can we
I don't
find
know
out
who's
from
been
the
assigned.
PD how many we've issued of distracted driving related tickets from, let's say, 17, 18, and then into 19? I guess it's kinda early. I'm sure it has, I'm sure, no doubt it has.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, Chad was thorough.
Is that a part of the monthly report that we receive?
No,
Maybe 16.
It doesn't break down that
Chad
way.
left in 18 and 17?
Yeah, but we did have another officer,
He was
and
doing
some
it.
of those those tickets are still working their way through the court system.
I guess maybe but you can see how many have been issued as
Yes.
opposed to how many have been settled or resolved.
Right,
You
Right.
can still see that
Yeah.
number.
But if we have nobody issuing tickets now, we're gonna feel their effect 6 months from now.
So if we can I'm just curious if we can find out those numbers, it'd be interesting
I
to
can
see.
certainly find this out for you.
Because I would imagine if they dropped, it's not because people stopped using it, it's because
No.
the enforcement.
Right.
But speaking of distracted driving, this Saturday is the Rotary dinner and their feet honoring Ben Lieberman, so anybody watching at home, you could get your tickets at Eventbrite, or you can even pay at the door.
Can you really, that you don't want a reservation?
Well, we do, but the reality is, we want people there. What we're doing is we're honoring somebody who has made a wonderful contribution. One of the things that Rotaries do, and this particular Rotary chapter makes a big point of, is we honor somebody who's not a Rotarian, who has contributed to the community. And they will be getting this award, which is really very, very special.
What's the name of the award, John? What's the name of the award?
Community Service Award.
The Joan Corwin
Community
Community Service.
Service Award.
Well, I don't think we've actually approved that.
Oh, you haven't?
But okay.
It's in all the,
That's it.
We'll
All the invitations, all the
we'll
advertising.
edit that out.
It's fine.
But
Okay,
it's
we're gonna go into executive
definitely
session,
in
we're
honor
like an
of
hour.
Joan
Alright,
Corwin.
we're gonna adjourn, I swear adjourn
Hour
for, adjourn?
But sorry, the volume got cut off.
I move to go into executive session for personnel, advice of counsel, and legal contracts.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
I moved up all Rotarians leave.